Okay, so I'm using my phone today. I'm going to try to edit on my phone because I bought the Filmora Go subscription thing. It's not a subscription, it's a one-time payment thing. Anyway, I'm rambling. I want to see if I edit on my phone, if it'll get me to post it faster for you, because I hate getting on my laptop, and that's where I do my editing, and there's a million reasons why I suck at posting, but that's part of why I suck. Another reason is I hate filming on my phone because I don't want to look at the viewfinder, and the viewfinder is the screen on your phone, and I am already doing it because it's the screen, and it is natural to look at the screen on your phone. So I apologize for doing that. I'm out of breath. I'm going to be talking about Amazon Alexa today based on the title. If you have one, I recommend you maybe muting her mic so I don't set her off a million goddamn times throughout the video. Mine's muted. I'm going to try to call her Echo, but no promises because I have brain fog. I'm sure the camera angle changed. I had to check something on my phone. These are not too much in order. They're kind of in order, but not really. The first thing is I think I use widgets a lot on my phone, and they have widgets for like turning on the lights and stuff, but for some reason they don't have widgets for routines. I have to use a routine every day, and it is a routine that tells me to take my medication. It's a 7-hour long routine, I believe. And first thing in the morning, whenever I wake up, it doesn't always mean it's in the morning. That's why I have to have a routine. And I'll say, Alexa, I'm awake. And when I say that, she'll go through this spiel of saying congratulations on remembering, and then she'll wait 30 minutes to tell me to take my medication. She'll tell me to log in my bullet journal because I log my symptoms, when I take my medication, when I went to sleep, when I woke up, all that good stuff. She'll wait an hour and 30 minutes, tell me to log in my journal again, wait an hour and 30 minutes, tell me to take my meds. So it's 3 hours apart, if I told you that right, but it's 3 hours apart. She'll tell me to take my meds again. She'll wait 10 minutes. Every single time she tells me to take my meds, she waits 10 minutes, asks me if I took my meds, and then she'll tell me to log in my bullet journal. And then she does it again. She'll tell me to take my meds again, tells me to log in my bullet journal, but the 3 hours are broken up. Anyway, she does that, right? I wish that there was a way to add routines as a widget on your home screen, on your phone. There are so many times in the morning that I do not want to talk, but I have to either tell her I'm awake, or I have to go to the app on my phone, go to more, go to routines, and then find the morning routine and click it, which is really annoying. It'd be just amazing if there was just a way to add the routine to your home screen. Bixby allows you to do that, but Bixby doesn't have the wait function. I have to have the wait function because, if it tells me to take my meds 3 times, it doesn't really help me. It needs to be every 3 hours. So that's something that would really help me. Different volumes for different reminders and different routines. I have a very hard time remembering to tell her that I'm awake. I have it posted around my room to Alexa, I'm awake, in red and black all over. I also have a reminder that goes off on Alexa about 9 times, that it goes off day and night because my sleep schedule is so crazy that it has to go off day and night. I need Alexa to be on volume 10 because my fan is often really loud. But when I'm asleep, I don't want that reminder that says, hey, remember to tell Alexa you're awake, to wake me up. Normally it really doesn't, but I also don't want there to really be extra noise. I already sleep with the TV on and the fan on. The more noise, the less quality sleep you get. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. The more noise in your life when you're sleeping, the less quality of sleep you're getting. And yes, I sleep with my TV on, but the more noise, I guess, is probably not great. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think it'd be nice to be able to set a reminder that goes off several times throughout the day to be at one level. and your Echo device be at a different level, and be able to set a reminder or a routine to be at a certain level. The routine that I have set, the first thing it does is it always turns the Alexa device to volume 10 though. But it should just be a setting, I think, in my opinion. This is a big one. A way to stop active routines. Like I said, my routine is a fucking 7-hour long routine. Sometimes I start it and then I realize I can't stay awake for 7 hours. And a lot of times I really can't stay awake for 7 hours. But I have to go to sleep and it's still going off. Or maybe I start it and then I have to do something and I can't take my medicine when it tells me to take it. It'd be really nice to just stop that alarm, like routine function, and then start it again when I'm actually able to listen to it and do what it's telling me to do. I have been sharing, like making a copy of the routine and deleting it, and even that really doesn't stop it. It'll still keep going, and I've actually accidentally taken too much medication because it'll tell me to take my meds, and I'll listen to it when I thought that I had deleted it, and thinking when you deleted it that it would stop it, but it didn't. It kept going. Somehow it's still, like, as soon as that routine is initiated, it knows it. Even though you deleted that previous routine, it knows it. Granted, I did share it, but that shared routine was not the one that I was playing. It was a copy of it, but I wasn't playing that copy, you know what I mean? And I'm taking blood pressure medication, and I'm on a low dose, so it's not like it would hurt me, but I did take a migraine medication twice too early, and that stuff works on your blood vessels. That could have been really dangerous. So now I have to, that's why it's even more important to log in my bullet journal the times that I did my medication, and then I have a hour calculator on my phone, and I have to calculate the hours of when I last take my medication and make sure it's 3 hours apart, which is really annoying. Granted, I should do that even if Alexa's working perfectly, just to make sure, but there still needs to be a way to stop active routines. There needs to be a button in there to stop it. There is a button in there that says to disable it, but once you play the thing, it's still going. It's really annoying. That out of all of these things, that is the thing that is the most I can't think of the word. I guess that affects most people, because I've read online that people have accidentally set their alarms off, their routines off at nighttime, and it's their morning routine, and now they have to stay awake because their wife's sleeping in bed and their radio is about to go off at 2 a.m. in the morning, which is really annoying. There needs to be a way to stop a routine once it's started. You're a biscuit. Haha, monkeys. Okay, so reminders can play from your Echo device and your phone. They can go off on both areas. Why cannot routines? You cannot have that option. Routines can only play from one device. That is stupid. I think that there should be an option for the routines to play on my phone and on my Echo. Right now, I'm having to play it on my Echo, and then when I'm leaving to go to like a doctor's appointment or something, I also have to push a button on my phone to do the on-the-go morning routine thing. It's the same copy of it, but it's just so that it'll go off on my phone. It's really annoying. That means I'm having one that's going off on Echo and one that's going off on my phone, and they're like a millisecond or so behind, and it drives me insane. I should just have to say I'm awake to the fucking ball over there, and it should be able to go off on both devices, and fucking simplify the damn thing. Another thing, there needs to be more carrier options in the app. Right now you have Skype and you have AT&T. And what I'm talking about is there's an option to number sync to where you can turn your Echo into a phone, basically, kind of like you would do with your watch. I understand that they probably don't have a, excuse my brain fog, I'm going to talk like a child, like a friendship with the other companies to where they have a contract to do that with the other companies, but they should hurry up and do that, in my opinion, unless maybe AT&T says, well, you can only do it in AT&T if that is the truth or something. I don't know. That's really stupid. I am setting up my old Alexa for my grandfather, and it'd be really cool if we could just set up routines so that when he says, hey, call blah blah blah, it'll do that, because right now it'll call everybody except for his wife. It'll call his wife, but it'll say, do you mean such and such, because her name is Joanne, but she spells it funny, and even when you spell it wrong, which is technically she spells it Joan, which is Joan, but we say Joanne, and it's a long thing. Anyway, if it asks him yes, I think that's going to confuse him. And I think even the just saying, hey Alexa, call blah blah blah, is going to confuse him. You know, it needs to be overly simplified. And having Verizon and other carriers being on there for other people to use besides just Skype and AT&T, I think that would just benefit more people. And once it gets better at it, knowing when I'm asleep, even initiating routines, and knowing when I'm awake, initiating routines, that'd be really cool. The only problem is like I said, sometimes I'll tell her I'm awake and I'm just not able to do what she's telling me to do for whatever reason. Maybe I'm having a flare, like an icy flare, and I'm in the bath and I'm in so much pain I'm vomiting. I just can't take my medicine at that point. But sleep hunches to me would be really beneficial. I think I want to have data of what my body is doing each month. If it's logging when I'm awake and when I'm going to sleep, I think that would just be beautiful. I view Alexa as an accessibility device. A lot of people would view it as a device for lazy people, but I view it as an accessibility device, and a lot of other people with disabilities and chronic illness also do. But if you could ask, like, hey, are you going to bed or are you going to sleep when you turn your light off or something? And, you know, I think that would be really cool. And then it can, like, store that information for it to be saved or something. Right now, I go into the app and I find out when the last time I told it to turn the light off, and that's how I find out when I went to sleep. Granted, I have to remember to look in it when I wake up. If I forget to do that, then it only stores it, or at least from my understanding, I can only see that day. If I forget to do the prior day, like log the prior day of when I was sleeping, I have to go through my phone and try to figure out what the fuck I was doing that day through my phone and, like, investigate myself, because I just cannot remember at all. That's why I think it would just be really cool. And maybe even a third-party person could do this. I don't think Amazon the company itself, would actually ever do this. It's just more something that I just really want, and I think that would be amazing. I think it would be probably better and more accurate if it did it based on phone activity for most people instead of Alexa activity, because not everybody's talking to their phone constantly. And I can sleep for like 3 hours, or I can sleep for 12 hours. You know, sleeping patterns are constantly changing for me. I can be sleeping from 6 to 11, or I can be sleeping from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or 4 a.m. all the way till 4 p.m. So, you know, it's cuckoo. let's see. Another thing based on like keeping track of data. Reminders that ask if you did them. I think that would be cool. How many times have you been sitting there taking medication and then wondering if you actually took it? And then it sits there, Alexa will sit there and say, hey, take your medication. And then within like maybe a minute, 2 minutes, did you take your meds? And then you say yes, and then it logs that information. That would be fucking cool. Okay, that would be cool. And it would have to, I would want it to log the time and date and all that stuff. And I think it would also be really cool if it asked what med you took. That could be useful for doctors, for just chronic illness patients, caregivers, you name it. And if you want to go even one step further, all this information that I'm asking that I think would be cool to be logged, if we could print that off in some way, or something like that, that'd be even really cool. And even if this is like a third-party app, that's because people have, Alexa has skills that you can enable. If somebody comes along and enables some kind of skill that you could add to Alexa, that would be amazing. It already has hunches. I'm sure somebody's smart enough out there and has the intelligence to figure out how to use the technology that's already in the damn thing and figure out how to do it. I don't know if it can store information. I'm sure it can. But yeah, that'd be cool.